Good morning, friends. Today I am going to take this session on the financial relations. Guys, we are done with the administrative relations. We are done with the legislative relations. So now I am going to take this session on the financial relations. Okay, guys. So the topic for today's discussion is the financial relations. Okay. So this we are taking in as a part of the center-state relations, guys. Okay, center-state relations. So in the center-state relations topic, we have done with the legislative and the administrative relations. Okay, guys. So today we are taking the financial relations. So this deals with the article numbers 268. That is from 268 to 293, guys. Okay, 268 to 293. So what do you mean by financial relations? So first of all, you should know about this terms definition, guys. Okay. So ours is an quasi-federal, guys. So ours is an quasi-federal. Ours is an quasi-federal. Quasi-federal with unitary tilt. With unitary tilt. Okay, guys. In such a manner, we have the division of the powers. Division of the powers from the center to the state. From centers to the state. Like that we have the legislative, the administrative and the financial we are doing. But we are not having the judiciary division of powers. We are not having the judicial division of powers. It is an integrated independent judiciary, guys. We call it as integrated independent judiciary we are having. So with this aspect we are done with the legislative and administrative. Now we are taking the financial relations. Okay, financial relations. What the financial relations says about? It is about the allocation of taxes. Okay, it is about the allocation of the taxes power. So who has the power of allocation of the taxes will be dealt in the financial relations. Because the basic crux of this topic is the allocation of tax powers. Allocation of tax powers. Guys, we people know that we have the state. Okay, so we have the different subjects on which the parliament and the state legislature can make the laws. Okay, so the parliament can make the parliament have the power to levy exclusive. Parliament have the exclusive power to levy taxes on the subjects which are present in the union list. Okay, so which are present in the union list, the parliament has the exclusive power to levy the taxes. Same as we have with respect to the state case. Okay, state have the power to levy the taxes on the state subjects. On the state subjects. After that we are having the, that is the both. Okay, so both this parliament and the state legislature can make the law, can levy the taxes on the subjects that are present in the concurrent list. On the concurrent list. Okay, these provisions we are having in the constitution, guys. Okay, allocation of the tax powers on the parliament, the union, state, on the state subject, both will levy taxes on the concurrent list. Both levy taxes on the concurrent list. Okay, guys, this is the crux that we need to know, guys. So I will take my discussion with article number 268. Okay, what article 268 says that? So before I take article 268, we have some restrictions to the state. Okay, guys, we have some restrictions to the state. What are the restrictions to the state? Restrictions to states. Okay, so the state can impose the laws in the states on the like we have the on the profession and the trades, and the profession on the any profession and trades. On the trades and the profession, the state can levy taxes, but this should not cross of annual tax should not cross 2,500 per annum, guys. Okay, this tax should not cross 2,500 per annum. This restriction has been imposed on the state. Okay, after this the state cannot impose the taxes on the product that is outside the state. Okay, even the product has been manufactured in the state, but if a product crosses the boundary of the state, then the state has no control to levy tax on that. Okay, so outside the boundary of the state or the on any import or the export, okay guys, on the trade balances, okay, it will be the power of the parliament. So within this they have the state control, but outside this we are having the parliament control. So parliament only will make the laws, but state do not have the power, even though the product is the manufactured within the state. Okay, so this provision we are having. And third one is the state can levy tax on the one who is using the electricity. Okay, so the state can levy taxes on the electricity, but the state can't levy the taxes if the electricity is used by the center. So if the state is using the electricity, okay, electricity, if the state is using, you can levy the taxes. If it is center, then you have no right to levy the taxes on the center using the electricity, guys. Okay, this provision we are having in the constitution, guys. So you should know, guys. So on which subjects the center and the state can levy the taxes on which and what. Okay, guys, these are the restrictions to the state we are having. On the electricity part, state can levy the taxes on the electricity used by the state. But if the same it has been used by the center, the state can't levy the taxes on the electricity used by the center, guys. Okay, these are the provisions that we are having in the constitution. Now straight away we will go for the distribution of the revenue of the taxes. Okay, articles mainly deals with the distribution of the revenue of the taxes. Okay, distribution of tax revenues. Okay, so before this I will take one more point, guys. Okay guys, we have the legislative powers, we have administrative powers, we have the financial powers. Okay, in among all this, the maximum bent. Okay guys, maximum bent means, so few powers we are having with the state, guys. Few powers we are having with the state with respect to the legislative part. Means, guys, in three parts, the maximum powers are with the union. The maximum powers are with the union. But among these three, the financial part is having the maximum power with the union, guys. Means we have very less power with respect to the state, because the financials will come from the union, guys. So in among these three, we have the maximum bent. Means the states has to maximum bent with respect to the financial. With respect to the financial, the states have maximum bent. Whereas with respect to these two parts, the state have some privileges, guys. The state have some extra privileges only compared to this financial, guys. It's a very important crux point, guys. Okay, so let us start our discussion with respect to distribution of tax revenues. If I take Article 268, okay, Article 268 says that it is the parliament who levy the taxes. Okay, so here we need to discuss few aspects, that is the levy of the taxes. Levy, collected, appropriated. Okay, what do you mean by levy? Levy means who can impose the taxes, who has the right to impose the taxes, whether the parliament or the state. Okay, so levy means who can impose the taxes. Collected means who are going to collect the taxes. Who are going to collect the taxes means appropriated. What do you mean by appropriated? Appropriated is nothing but utilized. Okay, utilized. Okay, guys, utilize. Who are going to utilize the taxes is called as appropriate. Guys, you should know the terminology of the constitution. Terminology of the constitution, such that in examination during the mains, your paper will be strengthened. Your paper will be strengthened when you write the terms which are mentioned in the constitution. Like we have the Lok Sabha. It is also correct. If you represent the Lok Sabha as the House of People's Representation. House of People's Representation. Okay. Then you have more weightage for this terminology than this. Like this, if you use the term as appropriated, it means appropriated means utilized. Okay, don't confuse things, guys. Okay, who has the power to levy taxes, to collect them, and to utilize them? In such a manner, like Lok Sabha, the House of People representation. Like during the international relations, we have the line of credit. Okay, don't simply say that it is loan. It is line of credit. Grants. Okay, grants. Don't simply that this center has given some money to the state. Center have given some grants to the states. Okay, in this manner we should go for the utilization of the words. So in the article 268, it is the duty of the means center is okay. That is center will levy taxes. Okay, center will levy taxes, but it is collected and appropriated by the state. See, simple. Okay, who is going to levy taxes? Center. Means on things which are having the center's power, the center will levy taxes, but it will be collected and appropriated by the state. Simple topic. Okay, now we will see what are the examples on which the center will levy the taxes on the state, and it is collected by and appropriated by the state. We have the stamp duties. Stamp duties. So what are the stamp duties? Like we are having 10 rupee stamps and all those things. This will be levied by the center and will be collected by the or appropriated by the state. Like we have promissory notes, checks. Okay, checks and the medicines and medications of having the narcotics drugs. Narcotics means any of the issue of the narcotics. All those things. These like this. These will be levied by the center and collected and appropriated by the state, guys. This we are having the provision in article 268. Okay, 268. And if we take after that, we have the 268A. Okay, guys. This is about 268. So levied by the center, collected and appropriated by the state. The next example: stamp duties, promissory notes, checks, medicines of the narcotics. Like we have the narcotics of the medicines. Like we have the alcohols. The medicines contain the alcohol. All these things will become under the article 268. Now, if I take article 268A, this will be also same, guys. Okay, we have nothing to do with article 268. Okay, it will be levied by the center. It will be levied. So this article 268 is the like with the services tax. Okay, services tax levied by the center, but it is collected and appropriated by the state and the center. Simple, guys. Okay, article 268A deals with the service tax. Okay, this will be levied by the center. This will be levied by the center, and they have the state and center will have the power of collection and the appropriation. Means it will be used by the state and it will be used by the center. Same with respect to the collection with respect to state and with respect to the center. That is about the service taxes. Okay, so what are the things? So on what things that it is going to collected and appropriated by the state and center? These the principles regarding this are will be mentioned by the parliament. Okay, so parliament have given the power. Parliament will issue the principles. Okay, parliament will issue the principles. Regarding on that principles, they are going to do this one, guys. Okay, that is the article 268A. Guys, done with the things. Okay, that is article 268A. And if we take article 269, so in the 269, what happens? It is levied by the center only. It is levied by the center and collected by the center only. It is very, very important articles. Okay, guys, see, very, very important. It is levied by the center. It is collected by center. Okay, but they have assigned to state. Assigned to state for appropriation. Means for utilization. Okay, guys, very, very important. So we have great provisions in this, guys. If you see article 269, in article 269, it's mentioned that it will be levied by the center, it will be collected by the center. It means center is helping the state but it will be appropriated or utilized by the state, guys. It will be uploaded or utilized by the state. It means they have been assigned to the state. Assigned to the state for appropriation means when this will happen. This will happen during the interstate trade. During interstate. Okay, during the interstate trade, the taxes that are made for the purchase or the sale during the interstate trade of purchase and sale, purchase or sale of goods. Okay, during this time, guys, interstate trade of purchase or sale of the goods, we are having the article 269. State, it is levied by the center, collected by the center, but appropriated or utilized by the state. Okay, this is good provision that we are having, guys. That is article 269. 269. So what about article 270? So article 270, if you see, is same small changes, guys. Article 270, if you see, in article 270, it is levied by the center. Okay, it is levied by the center and collected by the center, but it is appropriated. It is appropriated between the state and the center. Okay, it is appropriated between center and state. Okay, we have such a good provisions, guys. Okay, it is levied by the center. Okay, it is collected by the center, but it will be appropriated or utilized between the center and state. So whatever the things, whatever the total gathered they have been collected by the center, they will distribute to the all states. Okay, so utilized between the center and the state, guys. They will keep some part with the center, means some with the center and some with the states. That is article 270, guys. Article 270. So after that we have article 271. Article 271. Article 271 says that it is on the tax of the surcharges. Okay, surcharges. Okay, surcharges. Surcharges. It means these are the additional taxes that will be kept with the center only. Additional taxes kept with center only means it have been levied by the center, collected by the center, but it has been utilized by the center. Okay, we have three centers. Okay, so it is a surcharge, that is the additional taxes kept with this center only, guys. Okay, this is addition center. And also we have like so these deals with surcharges, guys. We are also having the cess. Cess means for educational purposes, like the cess for a specific purpose, like the education cess, Swachh Bharat cess, like that. So they are meant for that purpose only, guys. They are meant for the utilizing for that purpose only, guys. Okay, this deals with article 271, guys. Okay, so we have discussed article 268, 268A, 269, 270 and 271, guys. Okay, so after this, guys, as we have three center and same we have the means with this I am not going to take the articles in detail, guys, because we are going to take as the one which are importance. Okay, so after that I will take the general discussion, guys. I will take the general discussion. If you see state, guys, okay, state have the power to levy, collect and appropriate by the state only, guys. Okay, so state has the power to levy, collect and appropriate by the state only. This deals with that, like we have the agriculture land, agriculture, tax on agriculture, tax on land. Okay, tax on agriculture, tax on land, etc., guys. Okay, guys, in the 269, as I said that it is interstate now. In 269, if you remember, in 269 I said it is the interstate between, if there is an interstate of the purchase of the sales of the good, then it will be collected by the center, but it will be distributed to the state. But in this, it does not include newspaper. Does not include newspapers, guys. Newspaper. Okay, this is very important topic need to be considered, guys. Okay, so let us come to this topic. So states can levy, collect and appropriate the tax, like we have agriculture tax, there is land tax, etc., guys. Okay, so what are the taxes that will be levied by this on this state subjects? Then they will, that is on health, public order, all those things. Okay, so this is with the states. So these are the tax revenues, guys. These all the tax revenues. Now we will discuss the non-tax revenue also. So distribution of the non-tax revenue also will happen, guys. Okay, so the non-tax revenue, if you take non-tax revenue with the center and with the state. Okay, state also having the non-tax revenue and the center also having the non-tax revenue, guys. Okay, so they will get the revenue from these sources. If you see the center, they are having the broadcasting, currency. Okay, guys, like broadcasting and currency, communication. Okay, so for these aspects, they are not going to levy taxes. So no one is going to levy taxes on this center, guys. But they are considered as a non-tax revenue. Means they are the revenue to the center, but it is a non-tax. Means they are not going to levy the taxes on these aspects. Okay. Okay, so these are the broadcasting, currency and the communication. On this aspect, the center is going to levy taxes. So same we are having with the states. Like states, we are having the forest. So no one is going to levy the tax on the forest. Okay, so the taxes, but we are not, but we are going to get the revenue from the taxes. Even though we are even though we are unable to, even though we are not taxing this, but we are going to get revenue from this forest, guys. This is about the non-tax revenue, guys. Okay, done. So after doing all those things, now I will take one important topic for discussion, guys. That is grants. Okay, that is grants, guys. Okay, so grants, as I said, that we have grants, that is two type of grants. We have two type of grants. Grants in aid. We have two types of grants. That the one is called statutory grants and discretionary. Okay, statutory grants and discretionary grants. So statutory grants deals with Article 275, whereas the discretionary grants deals with Article 282. What do you mean by statutory grants? Okay, so statutory grants are the grants provided by the Parliament. Okay, these are grants provided by the Parliament. Okay, these are grants provided by the Parliament, and these are charged from the Consolidated Fund of India. They have been charged. So what do you mean by Consolidated Fund of India? Guys, we are having the fund, means we are having the one fund. So all the money will be placed in the Consolidated Fund of India, that we are going to discuss in separate sessions. So that is about the public accounts. We are having the public accounts, in that we are going to discuss. So what are this means the statutory grants, the by Parliament. So the Parliament is going to provide the finance to the state, by Parliament to state. Okay, so statutory grants are the grants which are being provided by Parliament to the state. These have been taken from the Consolidated Fund of India, guys. So from the Consolidated Fund of India, so we are having the Consolidated Fund of State also, guys. To maintain their public accounts, they are having the Consolidated Fund of the state. So from the Consolidated Fund of India, the Parliament will provide the assistance to the states. That's come under the statute, guys. So not only with this, they also provide the special assistance. Okay, so guys, the Parliament provide to the states depend upon their equity, guys. Depend upon the equity, not equality. Equity means, so depend upon the requirement of the state, they are going to provide like 60%, 40%, like that. Means they are not going to provide to each and every state simply as 50. No, guys. So depend upon the requirements of the state, they are going to provide. Okay, and also special assistance. Special assistance will be provided to the welfare of the scheduled tribe. Welfare of scheduled tribe. So for the welfare of the scheduled tribe, they are going to provide the special assistance, guys. They are going to provide some special assistance for the welfare of the scheduled tribes, and also for the development, okay, and also for the development or rise of the scheduled areas. Scheduled areas. Okay, so for the development of the scheduled areas also, it is going to provide special assistance. Yes, this is called statute status, comes under Article 275. Now we are having the discretionary grants made. What do you mean by discretionary? Discretionary means it's up to the union. It's up to the union. If union wants to provide grants to any state, the union can provide. It is the up to union. Up to union to provide. If union feels to provide some assistance to the states, they will provide. So generally this they will do for the political regions, guys. So for the political regions, like to bring that state into the government rule, they will do like that. But we can't do like that. It means we can't write in such a manner in the notes. That's why we have said that for the fulfill of the target of the state, this they are providing the states for the fulfillment of the targets of the states. Means what are the states having the target? Like we have some schemes in the targets. Okay, so to fulfill that schemes, they are given the discretions aid to the states, guys. This deals with Article 282, guys. Okay, this is 275 and the 282, guys. Okay, now we have last topic for our discussion, guys. Last topics and very important topic that I will discuss over here. So what is the condition of the financial relations? Okay, financial relations when we are having the financial emergency. We are having the financial emergency, guys. Okay, so what is the condition when we are having the financial emergency? So the financial emergency will deals in the Article 360. Article 360 deals with the financial emergency. So what is the condition of the during financial emergency? So during financial emergency, the union can direct states or can direct, that is first one we have the financial propriety. Okay, guys, what we call as financial propriety. Financial propriety. What does this financial property means? Okay, during the financial emergency, when we give financial emergency, it means we are lacking of the financials. On that time, the union can direct states as the financial property. Means what does financial property means? Means they instruct the states or the everyone to follow some precaution measures. Okay, so previous we used to print print single side on the paper, guys. Print single side on the paper. But right now what happens, the union instruct to print two sides. Such that we can save the paper. Like that. So after that, if you see, so for the political leaders, they won't be allowed to go through the one place to another with luxurious tickets. Like they are having the business class flight tickets. So instead of business class flight tickets, they allow them to go through the classical classes. Okay, guys. So in such a manner, they are going to reduce the financial provisions of the members. So not only members, for every government trustee. So previously, if the members used to conduct the meeting in a big hall, but now they will make to conduct that meeting in a small places with small facilities or small amenities. Okay, with less amenities we can say. So like that we just call the financial property. And after that, the union can also instruct to lessen the salaries and allowances. To lessen salaries and allowances. Okay, so the union can instruct the state to lessen the salaries and allowances. This includes the judiciary also. That is the beauty, guys. This includes the judiciary also. This includes judiciary also, guys. Okay, now the parliament, the union have entered into the judiciary also. Why? Because we are lack of the financial. So that's why we can take the everyone's money, guys. Okay, not we are going to take everyone. We are going to reduce the sum of the amount of the salaries which is going to provide them, guys. Okay, this is financial property and the lesser salaries and allowances. This includes the judiciary also, guys. Okay, with this I am closing the, that is financial relations, guys. I covered maximum 360 degrees approach, guys. So with this we have done with the center state relations, guys. Okay, so I come up with the finance emergency provisions in the next session, guys. Okay, thank you one and all.